So following on from a video I did a couple of days ago discussing the cost of the new roller coaster coming to Flamingo Land Resort next year, which is similar to Colossus at Thorpe Park. That's what we know now. It's a 10 Inversion Intamin roller coaster. It's a newer version of Colossus basically. It's going to have a slightly different drop after the lift hill, and it most likely will have lap bars on the trains for restraints. So you're not going to have the overhead restraints, which are irritating, and you bash your head in a lot of the corkscrews and in the barrel rolls, that kind of stuff. So it should be a more comfortable ride, and I'm looking forward to it. It's the kind of roller coaster I quite like. It's got lots of different elements. The little airtime hill after the main loop is cool. It gets tremendous speed going into the Cobra roll, and you've got all these barrel rolls at the end, a lot of hang time. It's a cool roller coaster. Well, anyway, I was discussing the cost, and the reason for that was that Flamingo Land Resort on the Facebook page put up this competition where you had to guess the cost, and the options range from 10 million to over 20 million pounds. Well, they've actually come back today and announced the winner. They just did that an hour ago. This video is going up tomorrow, so it's Tuesday, so this was answered yesterday on Monday. They've come back and said that the answer is actually C. It's more than 20 million pounds. Well, I'm shocked. Maybe there's other costs involved here. Maybe there's going to be some extra development at Flamingo Land Resort we don't know about yet over the close season. Maybe it's going to look awesome. Maybe there's extra theming. I just cannot believe that this ride itself would cost 20 million pounds. It would make it one of the most expensive roller coasters ever built in the UK. Not quite counting for inflation, but still one of the most expensive rides ever built out of everything. And I just doubt that that's possible, because think of Wicker Man, think of Icon opening last year. They were both in the region of 16 million, and a bit over that, between 16 and 17 million pounds. And both of those rides are built in very challenging locations. Blackpool is very difficult to build because of the amount of sand they have to drill down to get to the bedrock. Very deep to install supports for these kinds of roller coasters. Alton Towers is very hilly. It's very difficult, rocky as well in some areas. Very difficult to install roller coasters, as you might know with the Nemesis. They've done a great job with that, and they've got height restrictions there, so it's, they have to drill down into the ground quite often and come up with very inventive solutions with the likes of Oblivion. So I just find this very kind of, bizarre that they're starting off the marketing campaign of this 10 Inversion roller coaster with what seems to be a little white lie, I guess. I don't know if it's, I don't want to call people liars, but it just seems an exaggerated figure. I mean, a lot of people are claiming this is definitely a designated ride for Hoppy Harry that wasn't installed there, and Flamingo Land Resort is getting on the cheap. It would make sense, but to me, if it was that scenario, that might not be right. I mean, why would Flamingo Land give you out these details? But it would make sense, because why would a theme park in the UK basically install a ride that already exists in the UK, pretty much the same thing, and is a 17-year-old design? The design was actually made by Intamin and Werner Stengel. He's a legend in the industry. He also helped to design Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. But this is not custom designed for Flamingo Land. This design has been there for a while, and you would always have to pay this. There's only planning permission that has to come into effect here, and ground preparation, installation, transport of the steel, marketing. Yeah, it's going to cost millions, don't get me wrong, but 20 million, over 20 million, I just don't see it. I'm astonished that that's what Flamingo Land Resort are claiming at this point, how much this cost. For this kind of money, would it not be better to get B&M Phoenix at Toverlands in the Netherlands? That opens just over a year ago, July 2018. That cost apparently in the region of 17.5 million euros, about 16, 17 million pounds, 60 million pounds. You know, and I believe that figure also included some of the theming in the building, the station. It's a massive building that's there for that ride, a massive roller coaster train, the winged coasters. I'm just astonished. I think it's a little white lie. I don't know. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm just a little bit surprised that this answer was... I really thought that the answer was going to be between 10 and 14 million. I think that was answer A. And I was going to leave it at that. Right, okay. That's inflated the figure, but whatever. But they've come back and actually claimed that the answer is over 20 million. Twice as much as what I thought the inflated figure already was going to be. Well, I'm just shocked. I don't know. I hope that they didn't pay this, but if they did, it's their money. But I know at the end of the day, this kind of stuff all doesn't matter to the average theme park visitor. End of the day, you're only going to be concerned with how much you pay to get into the park, how much a theme park pays to get a ride. That's not really their concern. But of course, people that are interested in this stuff, they see those figures going around and imagine how much a theme park could install, or how many rides they could install, how much they pay for them, and what they could maybe get instead if you don't like a certain ride. So I find it fascinating to keep up to date with that kind of stuff, and I just think this is kind of a bizarre thing. I've not seen this before, to be honest, where a theme park is claiming this level of money for something that I don't think is really worth it. I don't know. Do you think it's worth 20 million pounds, this roller coaster? I would have hoped you would get something a little bit more unique for that. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so I think for now I'll be putting this issue of the cost of this roller coaster to bed. I think I've spoken about it enough in the meantime. I'm looking forward to finding out more details when it's going to open, and I'll definitely report on that. Maybe I'll have some interesting theming, maybe a soundtrack. That would be awesome. And we'll see what exactly transpires in the next 6 months, I guess, leading up to the opening of next season. It's going to be exciting. At least we're going to get 2 roller coasters in the UK next year. There's this one, and then the custom designed Mack Rides spinning coaster at Paulton's Park. So I've got 2 new coasters to look forward to next year, and I'll definitely be reporting on both of those and hopefully ride them next year as well, of course. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.